People do not come into our lives by chance. 7 Zen Story of Spiritual Growth, Buddhist Teachings. Every meeting is a parting in disguise. Zen proverb. In our life's journey, the people we meet are not mere coincidences, but threads intricately woven into our path, each one holding a unique lesson for us. These encounters, whether brief or life-changing, contribute to the tapestry of our existence, shaping our spiritual growth in ways we might not realize at first. In today's video, we're diving into 7 profound Zen stories that illustrate how every person who crosses our path serves a significant purpose in our lives. Through the timeless wisdom of Zen teachings, we'll explore how these encounters with individuals like the wise monk Ryota and the curious young Kaito reveal the hidden meanings behind our relationships and their impact on our spiritual development. Get ready to uncover the deeper significance of human connections and understand how these interactions can transform your life's journey. Stay with us till the end, as these stories from the journey of wisdom might just change how you perceive the people in your life. Story number 1. Meaningful Encounters. Every encounter is a meaningful thread in the intricate web of our existence, woven by destiny to shape our life's journey. Have you ever noticed that certain people enter our lives at critical moments? It feels as if they were sent on purpose to deliver a message or help us solve a problem. Have you ever experienced a sensation of déjà vu when meeting someone, as if you had already met them in an undefined past? In the Zen story you are about to hear, we will explore the idea that people don't come into our lives by chance, but for a specific reason. So make yourself comfortable and stay till the end, because what you will hear will deeply impact you. But first, please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share the video. This way, you'll help us produce new valuable content every day for your spiritual growth. One serene day, as the elderly monk Ryota was meditating under a blossoming cherry tree, a young man named Kaito approached him with respect. "Master," he inquired, "sometimes I meet people and feel a positive sensation, as if I had already met them, or they seem to resonate with my soul. Other times I feel a negative sensation, as if that person had come to harm me, making me restless. Do people come into our lives by chance?" Ryota, with his piercing eyes fixed on the young man, responded, "People never enter our lives by accident. This truth runs deeper than we can fathom. In life, we encounter various individuals, each having a specific role in our story. Some come and go, while others stay and accompany us through different phases of life." Ryota slowly rose and pointed to the clear blue sky above them. "Look at the birds, young friend. They do not fly by chance. They are carried by the currents of the air, just as we are carried by the invisible forces of existence." Kaito watched the birds gliding across the sky, trying to grasp the depth of the master's words. "Imagine your life as a garden," Ryota continued. "Every person who crosses your path is like a seed planted by destiny. Some grow into vibrant flowers that last a season, others into mighty trees that endure through the years. Each brings the promise of new growth." Kaito nodded, reflecting on the various flowers and trees he had seen blooming along his life's path. "Those who hurt us," Ryota said in a tone of empathy, "are often our best teachers. They are the sharp stones on our path, and despite the pain, they teach us to grow and find our inner strength." The young monk closed his eyes, recalling the challenges that had tempered his soul over time. "And then there are those who appear when we need them most," Ryota said, pointing to a majestic tree. "Just as the roots of this tree support it during storms, these people support us in difficult times." Kaito thought of someone who had been his refuge during a delicate period, a solid anchor in the midst of a storm, someone who later left his life even though he wished they had stayed. Finally, Ryota concluded wisely, "Some remain with us forever. They are like fixed stars in our sky, bright and constant, true friends, family members, or a soulmate. With them, we share the burdens of our days and the joy of our successes." The young monk smiled, feeling enveloped in gratitude for the special people he had met and had by his side. Ryota looked up at the sky, a subtle light dancing in his eyes. "Recognize and appreciate every person who crosses your path, young Kaito. Each is an essential part of your story, and you are a part of theirs. Life is an intricate web of destinies, and each encounter contributes to the fabric of your existence. Know that there are fundamentally three types of individuals: those who support us on the path of our evolution, pushing us to overcome limits and reach new levels of awareness; those who bring a breath of renewal to our inner world, and those who encourage us to continue. This particular category of travel companions may only accompany us for a brief moment." Kaito listened intently, absorbing the wisdom of his master's words, understanding that every person in his life had a purpose and every encounter held a deeper meaning. But their role is crucial. They remind us of the true nature of our path, strengthening our determination to move forward. The master's words helped the young novice, who in the following years continued to follow the path illuminated by Ryota. Every encounter, whether a casual passerby or a lasting life partner, became for him a precious piece in the mosaic of his existence. Through challenges and joys, Kaito learned that every person, every experience, brought with it a hidden gift, a precious teaching that contributed to his growth and spiritual fulfillment. As time passed, the novice himself became a senior monk with wise eyes and a grateful heart. Philosophical reflections and lessons from the story. Think about all the people who have crossed your path in life. From fleeting acquaintances to lifelong friends, each person has played a role in shaping who you are today. Imagine the countless lessons, the moments of joy, and even the challenges they have brought into your life. Each encounter, no matter how brief or long-lasting, holds a purpose and teaches us something valuable. As we navigate our journey, it is essential to cultivate gratitude for everyone we meet. Reflecting on the Zen story of meaningful encounters, we are reminded that people do not come into our lives by chance. They arrive for a reason, often to help us grow and learn. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. A famous Buddhist quote beautifully encapsulates this idea. Every individual we encounter can be seen as a teacher, imparting wisdom, offering support, or presenting challenges that foster our personal growth. By viewing our interactions through this lens, we can appreciate the deeper significance of our relationships. First, there are those who bring support and encouragement, appearing in our lives when we need them the most, much like the roots of a tree that stabilize us during storms. These companions offer us strength and comfort during challenging times, reminding us that we are not alone on our journey. They provide us with the emotional and practical support needed to navigate life's difficulties, acting as beacons of hope and resilience. Just as a sturdy tree relies on its roots to weather the storm, we too rely on these individuals to help us through our darkest moments. Then, there are those who bring renewal and growth, akin to seeds planted in the garden of our lives. These individuals introduce freshness and positive change, helping us discover new aspects of ourselves and fostering our personal development. They inspire us to explore new paths and embrace new opportunities, much like a gardener nurtures seeds to bloom into beautiful flowers. This process of renewal and growth is essential for our evolution, as it allows us to continuously learn and adapt. A quote from Thich Nhat Hanh encapsulates this idea beautifully. The seeds that you plant in your mind will grow into the reality of your life. Moreover, we encounter those who bring difficulties and challenges, serving as sharp stones on our path. Although they cause us pain, they simultaneously teach us invaluable lessons and help us mature. These individuals push us out of our comfort zones and force us to confront our weaknesses, ultimately making us stronger and more resilient. As Confucius wisely stated, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. These challenging relationships test our character and perseverance, encouraging us to grow and develop in ways we might not have otherwise. There are also those who stay with us long term, like fixed stars in our sky, bright and constant. These people, often close friends, family members, or soulmates, share our burdens and joys, providing a stable and enduring presence in our lives. They are the ones who witness our triumphs and tribulations, offering unwavering support and love. The constancy of these relationships provides us with a sense of security and belonging, reinforcing the importance of enduring connections in our lives. As Helen Keller once said, "Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light." Additionally, there are those who appear briefly, yet their role is crucial. These individuals may only accompany us for a short time, but they remind us of the true nature of our path, strengthening our determination to move forward. Their fleeting presence serves as a catalyst for reflection and self-awareness, prompting us to reassess our goals and aspirations. They remind us of the impermanent nature of life and the importance of cherishing each moment. As the Zen proverb goes, "When the wind blows, the grass bends," illustrating how even brief encounters can have a lasting impact on our lives. As you reflect on your relationships, ask yourself, what lessons have I learned from the people who have come into my life? How have they helped me grow and evolve? These questions encourage us to delve deeper into the significance of our connections and to recognize the contributions each person has made to our personal development. It's easy to appreciate those who bring happiness and love into our lives, but it takes a more profound understanding to be grateful for those who present challenges. By embracing this holistic perspective, we can foster a greater sense of compassion and gratitude. So how can we cultivate gratitude for every encounter? Start by acknowledging the role each person plays in your life. Express thanks for their presence and the lessons they bring. Whether it's through a simple thank you, a heartfelt conversation, or a silent acknowledgement, showing appreciation can strengthen your connections and enrich your life. As you go through your day, try to be mindful of the people you interact with. Notice the impact they have on you and the ways in which they contribute to your journey. This practice of mindfulness can help you stay present and appreciate the beauty of human connection. Embracing gratitude for every encounter enriches our lives and fosters spiritual growth. By recognizing the significance of each person who crosses our path, we can learn valuable lessons, develop deeper connections, and cultivate a more compassionate outlook on life. Ultimately, whether they stay or leave, these individuals contribute to the overall tapestry of our lives, bringing valuable lessons and aiding our spiritual progress. Each person we meet has a role to play in our journey, helping us to become more mindful, compassionate, and resilient. By embracing the presence of these individuals and the lessons they offer, we can navigate our spiritual path with greater wisdom and understanding. The teachings of Buddhism remind us to view each relationship as an opportunity for growth and enlightenment, encouraging us to appreciate the interconnectedness of all beings. As we move forward on our journey, let us remain open to the lessons that each person brings, recognizing that they are all essential threads in the fabric of our lives. What lessons have you learned from the people in your life? How have these encounters shaped your journey? Reflect on these questions and let them guide you towards a deeper appreciation of the rich tapestry of your life. Reflecting on the idea that every encounter has a purpose and contributes to our life's journey, can you share a meaningful encounter you've had? Comment number 1 or yes if you've experienced a moment where someone entered your life at the perfect time and impacted you significantly. How did this encounter shape your path? Story number 2. Lessons from those who bring difficulties. In a quaint, picturesque village nestled among rolling hills and blooming fields, there lived a monk named Master Li. He was revered for his profound wisdom and boundless kindness, embodying the essence of peace and serenity. His gentle presence was a source of comfort and guidance for all the villagers. One day, the tranquil rhythm of the village was disrupted by the arrival of a man named Quan. Known far and wide for his troublesome and contentious nature, Quan was quick to stir up discord wherever he went. He singled out Master Li, relentlessly trying to provoke him with harsh words, mocking gestures and disruptive actions. Despite Quan's persistent provocations, Master Li remained unperturbed, his calm demeanor unshaken. The villagers, puzzled and concerned, approached Master Li. "Why do you endure his behavior?" they asked. "He only brings trouble and makes life difficult for everyone." Master Li responded with a serene smile, his eyes reflecting deep compassion. "Every person who crosses our path serves a purpose," he explained. "Those who bring difficulties are, in fact, our greatest teachers. They challenge us, giving us the precious opportunity to practice patience, compassion, and understanding. Without such challenges, our virtues would remain untested and unrefined." Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Throughout this time, Quan continued his attempts to disturb Master Li. However, witnessing the monk's unwavering calmness and kindness began to have an unexpected effect on Quan. He started to reflect on his own actions, seeing them in the light of Master Li's serene responses. Gradually, a transformation took place within Quan. The anger and bitterness that once fueled his behavior began to dissipate, replaced by a newfound sense of peace and humility. He apologized to the villagers and Master Li, striving to amend his ways and become a better person. One evening, under the golden hues of the setting sun, Master Li gathered the villagers. He spoke softly, yet his words resonated deeply. Quan's presence in our village was a blessing in disguise. His actions tested our patience, our compassion, and our understanding. In facing him, we were given the chance to grow, to become stronger and wiser. Let us remember this lesson. Even those who seem to bring only hardship have a purpose in our lives. Embrace the challenges they present and learn from them. It is through these trials that we truly cultivate our inner virtues. The villagers nodded, their hearts filled with newfound understanding and gratitude. They realized that life's difficulties and those who bring them are indeed valuable teachers. From that day forward, they viewed challenges not as burdens, but as opportunities for growth and self-improvement, following Master Li's example of enduring grace and unwavering kindness. This story of Master Li and Quan spread far beyond the village, inspiring countless others to embrace life's trials and learn from them, transforming difficulties into stepping stones toward a wiser, more compassionate existence. Philosophical reflections and lessons from the story. The story of Master Li and Quan teaches profound lessons on patience, compassion, and personal growth. Master Li, with his unyielding calm and kindness, demonstrates that those who bring difficulties into our lives are not obstacles, but essential teachers. Their presence challenges us to practice and refine our virtues, offering invaluable opportunities for self-improvement. In this light, let us delve deeper into the key philosophical reflections and lessons from their story, enriching them with more detail and modern relevance. Master Li's response to Kuan's provocations illustrates that challenges are inherent to life. Instead of avoiding or resenting them, we should embrace them as opportunities to develop patience and resilience. Imagine facing a difficult colleague at work who constantly tests your patience. Instead of reacting with frustration, see this as a chance to build your own inner calm. As the Buddha once said, in the confrontation between the stream and the rock, the stream always wins, not through strength, but by perseverance. This perspective helps us transform daily irritations into moments of growth. The monk's serene demeanor in the face of adversity highlights the importance of patience. It shows that compassion, even towards those who seem undeserving, can lead to unexpected and positive transformations. Think of a time when you showed kindness to someone who did not deserve it, only to see them change their behavior. This mirrors the Buddhist teaching, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. By embodying patience and compassion, we can create ripples of change in the world around us. Master Li's wisdom lies in his deep understanding that everyone serves a purpose in our lives, even those who bring negativity. This perspective fosters forgiveness and helps us view difficult people with empathy. Consider the story of the thorn and the rose. While the thorn may prick us, it also protects the beauty of the rose. Similarly, those who challenge us can inadvertently protect and nurture our own growth. To understand everything is to forgive everything, said Buddha. By seeing through the lens of understanding, we open our hearts to forgiveness. The transformation of Kuan from a troublesome individual to a humble, peaceful person underscores the potential for personal growth through adversity. It reminds us that hardships and challenging people can catalyze profound internal change. Imagine the process of a diamond forming under pressure. Our struggles can similarly refine our character. As Epictetus wisely noted, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Embracing adversity allows us to uncover our true strength and potential. The villager's journey from concern to understanding reflects the collective growth of the community. It emphasizes that shared experiences of facing and overcoming difficulties strengthen communal bonds and wisdom. Picture a community coming together after a natural disaster, their shared hardships fostering unity and resilience. This is echoed in the saying, "Unity is strength." When there is teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved. Facing challenges together not only builds individual character, but also fortifies the fabric of our communities. Master Li's teachings encourage us to see every challenge as a test of our virtues. By practicing patience, compassion, and understanding, we cultivate a deeper, more resilient inner strength. Think of a tree that stands firm in a storm, its roots growing stronger with each trial. As Buddha said, endurance is one of the most difficult disciplines, but it is to the one who endures that the final victory comes. Each test of virtue is an opportunity to grow more steadfast and wise. The story of Master Li and Kuan is a timeless reminder that life's difficulties are not mere hindrances, but pivotal experiences that shape our character and enrich our spiritual journey. Embracing these challenges with grace and kindness allows us to transform adversities into stepping stones towards a wiser, more compassionate existence. How do you think facing your own challenges with this mindset could change your perspective on adversity? Story number 3. Lessons from those who teach us to let go. In a serene village nestled at the foot of a majestic mountain lived a wise monk named Bhavana. The villagers revered him for his deep understanding of life and his serene presence that brought peace to all who sought his counsel. One day, a troubled young man named Jaya approached Bhavana. With a heavy heart and tears in his eyes, Jaya shared his woes. "Master Bhavana," he began, "I have lost everything I cherished. My business has failed, my friends have abandoned me, and I am filled with anger and sorrow. How can I find peace?" Bhavana listened patiently, his calm eyes reflecting compassion. He then asked Jaya to join him on a walk to the nearby river. As they reached the riverbank, Bhavana picked up a stone and handed it to Jaya. "Hold this stone tightly and immerse your hand in the water," he instructed. Jaya did as he was told. The cold water flowed over his hand, but the stone remained heavy in his grip. Bhavana then asked, "How does it feel to hold on to the stone?" "It feels heavy and burdensome," Jaya replied. Bhavana nodded and continued, "Now let go of the stone and keep your hand in the water." Reluctantly, Jaya released the stone. As it sank to the riverbed, his hand felt lighter, and the flowing water brought a sense of relief. Bhavana smiled gently and said, "This is the lesson, dear Jaya. When you hold on to your anger, sorrow, and past failures, they weigh you down like the stone. But when you let them go, you free yourself to experience the soothing flow of life." Jaya pondered Bhavana's words. "But Master, how do I let go of the pain and loss that haunt me?" Bhavana replied, "Letting go is a practice, not a single act. It begins with acceptance. Accept that what is done is done. Understand that clinging to the past only brings suffering. Meditate on the impermanence of all things. Just as the seasons change, so do our experiences. Embrace the present moment with mindfulness and gratitude. Seek joy in simple things and trust that new beginnings will come." Inspired by Bhavana's wisdom, Jaya began to practice letting go. Each day he spent time in meditation, reflecting on the impermanent nature of life and cultivating gratitude for what he still had. Slowly, his heart felt lighter, and peace returned to his soul. Years passed, and Jaya became known in the village for his calm demeanor and generous spirit. He often shared Bhavana's lesson with others who faced hardship, teaching them the art of letting go. The village thrived, not just materially, but in the peace and harmony that permeated the lives of its inhabitants. In the end, Jaya realized that the greatest lesson was not just in letting go of sorrow, but also in embracing the continuous flow of life with an open heart. And so, the wisdom of letting go, passed down by those who taught it, became a cherished truth in the hearts of all who heard it. This story reminds us that true peace comes from within, from our ability to release what no longer serves us and to welcome each moment with grace and gratitude. As Buddha taught, you only lose what you cling to. Let go and find freedom. Philosophical reflections and lessons from the story. The tale of Bhavana and Jaya imparts deep insights into the nature of attachment, the transient nature of existence, and the pursuit of inner tranquility. Through Bhavana's wisdom, we understand that clinging to past sorrows and failures is like holding onto a heavy stone. It burdens us and prevents us from experiencing the fluid, soothing nature of life. The challenging yet essential act of letting go is crucial for achieving relief and progressing forward. Bhavana's teachings remind us that life's essence is ever-changing, and embracing this reality allows us to live more fully in the present. As the seasons shift and rivers flow, our experiences and emotions are similarly transient. Embracing this impermanence, a fundamental Buddhist teaching, empowers us to cherish the present moment. Attachment is a root cause of suffering. Bhavana's metaphor of the stone poignantly illustrates how our past, laden with anger, sorrow, or regret, can weigh us down. When we grip these negative emotions and past failures tightly, they hinder our peace and happiness. This story exemplifies the detrimental effects of such attachments and the liberation that comes from releasing them. Letting go is not a one-time action, but a continual practice that begins with acceptance. Acknowledging the past and understanding that clinging to it is futile paves the way for us to live more mindfully. Through mindfulness and meditation, we train our minds to release these attachments and embrace the present, fostering a serene existence. Gratitude and mindfulness are powerful tools that help us focus on the present and appreciate life's simple joys. These practices redirect our attention from what we have lost to what we still have, cultivating a sense of contentment and inner peace. The story of Jaya, who transforms from a troubled youth to a pillar of calm and generosity in his community, underscores the power of inner transformation. By mastering the art of letting go, Jaya heals himself and becomes an inspiration to others, promoting harmony and well-being in his village. His journey illustrates how personal change can ripple outward, affecting the broader community positively. The overarching lesson of Bhavana and Jaya's story is to embrace life's continuous flow with an open heart. Life is a succession of moments, each bringing unique experiences. By releasing what no longer serves us and welcoming each new moment, we find true freedom and peace. This story prompts us to introspect. What burdens are we carrying that impede our progress? How can we practice letting go to discover inner peace and happiness? As we reflect on these questions, we are guided by Buddha's profound teaching. You only lose what you cling to. By letting go, we open ourselves to the myriad possibilities that life offers, finding freedom and serenity along the way. This timeless wisdom not only enhances our personal well-being, but also equips us to face modern life's challenges with resilience and grace. If you've watched up to this point, you're already on the path to understanding the profound connections that shape our lives. Comment below with Zen Journey to affirm your commitment to these spiritual growth teachings. Don't go anywhere. There's still a wealth of wisdom we want to share with you in this video. Stay until the end to uncover the stories that will guide you towards inner peace and enlightenment. Story number 4. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. Mark Twain. In the peaceful town of Sakura, nestled between serene mountains and flowing rivers, there lived a wise and compassionate monk named Zenko. One day, a distressed young woman named Ayumi came to Zenko seeking guidance. With tears in her eyes, she confessed, "Master, my heart is heavy with anger and resentment. A close friend betrayed me, and I cannot seem to find peace. How can I let go of this pain?" Zenko listened intently, his eyes reflecting deep empathy. After a moment of silence, he gently said, "Ayumi, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned." He invited her to sit by his side near a tranquil pond where the water lilies floated gracefully. "Let me tell you a story," Zenko began, "about the power of forgiveness. Once, there was a revered Zen master named Haruto who lived in a secluded monastery. One day, a thief broke into the monastery and stole valuable scrolls containing ancient wisdom. The monks were outraged and wanted to seek revenge, but Haruto remained calm. He said, "We must not let anger cloud our hearts. Instead, let us practice forgiveness." A few days later, the thief was caught and brought to Haruto. Expecting punishment, the thief was surprised when Haruto said, "You are forgiven. These scrolls are valuable, but they are not more precious than peace of mind. Take them if you need them, but understand their true value. The thief was stunned by Haruto's kindness. He returned the scrolls and became a devoted disciple, learning the teachings of compassion and forgiveness. The act of forgiveness transformed the thief's life and brought peace to his troubled heart. Ayumi listened, her eyes wide with astonishment. Zenko continued, "The Buddha teaches that forgiveness is not for the benefit of others, but for our own peace and liberation. By holding on to anger and resentment, you are only hurting yourself. Forgiveness frees you from this burden and allows you to move forward with a light heart." Zenko then guided Ayumi through a meditation, encouraging her to visualize the person who had wronged her and to silently offer forgiveness. He said, "Imagine your anger as a dark cloud, and with each breath, let it dissolve into the sky, leaving behind a clear and open space." Ayumi followed his instructions, and as she breathed deeply, she felt a sense of release. The weight on her chest began to lift, and a gentle peace washed over her. She realized that forgiveness was not about condoning the wrong, but about freeing herself from the chains of anger. With newfound clarity, Ayumi thanked Zenko. "Master, I understand now. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself. It allows me to let go and find peace." Zenko smiled warmly. "Indeed, Ayumi, forgiveness is a path to inner freedom. It is an act of self-compassion that heals the heart and opens the door to true happiness. Remember, by forgiving, you are not forgetting the lesson learned, but choosing to rise above the pain." As Ayumi left the monastery, she felt a lightness in her step and a renewed sense of purpose. She vowed to practice forgiveness in her daily life, understanding that it was the key to her own peace and spiritual growth. Philosophical reflections and lessons from the story. Forgiveness, a cornerstone of many spiritual and philosophical traditions, is beautifully illustrated in the story of Ayumi and Zenko, revealing profound lessons that resonate deeply within human experience and spiritual growth. Zenko's guidance to Ayumi emphasizes that forgiveness is not about excusing others' actions, but about liberating oneself from the chains of anger and resentment, much like releasing a hot coal that only harms the one holding it. This powerful lesson teaches that forgiveness is a gift to oneself, leading to inner peace and liberation. The concept of compassion over retribution is beautifully illustrated in the story of Zen master Haruto and the thief. Haruto's decision to forgive the thief rather than seek revenge transformed the thief's life, demonstrating that true strength lies in mercy, not vengeance. This act of kindness shows how compassion can heal and change hearts. It echoes Buddha's wisdom. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. By choosing forgiveness, Haruto not only spared the thief, but also cultivated a deeper sense of peace within himself. This lesson teaches us that true power comes from showing compassion, which has the potential to bring about profound change and healing in both the giver and receiver. Ayumi's journey further illustrates healing through forgiveness. Visualizing her anger as a dark cloud and allowing it to dissolve, she experiences a profound sense of release. This metaphor shows that forgiveness helps cleanse the mind and spirit, creating space for peace and clarity. Zenko's teachings underscore that forgiveness is an act of self-compassion, a conscious choice to rise above pain and not let past grievances dictate one's emotional state. This perspective encourages us to prioritize our well-being and mental freedom, resonating with Buddha's insight. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. As Ayumi discovers, forgiveness as a path to happiness is transformative. Letting go of anger brings her renewed purpose and lightness, reinforcing that forgiveness is essential for personal growth and spiritual well-being. The Dalai Lama's words, "Compassion and tolerance are not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength," remind us that forgiveness is a powerful tool for cultivating inner strength and peace. Incorporating these lessons into daily life can lead to profound transformations. Reflecting on moments of anger and resentment and practicing forgiveness helps us achieve inner peace amid the constant interactions and conflicts of modern life. Mark Twain's words, "Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it," beautifully capture the essence of forgiveness as a noble act that heals and uplifts both the giver and the receiver, fostering a more compassionate and harmonious existence. Forgiveness, as seen through these philosophical reflections, is a potent catalyst for personal and spiritual growth, guiding us toward a life of peace and fulfillment. So, how can you apply the practice of forgiveness in your own life to achieve greater peace and happiness? Reflect on this question and take steps towards a more forgiving and serene existence, allowing forgiveness to be a guiding light in your journey. Story number 5. Signs of toxic people. How do we recognize bad people? How can we identify those who are detrimental to our well-being? Pay attention to these 9 signs and learn who to distance yourself from. Every day we interact with a variety of people, and sometimes we encounter individuals who bring negativity and toxicity into our lives. The Zen story you are about to hear will unveil the 9 signs that can help you spot those who may hinder your personal growth. In a serene Buddhist monastery nestled in a secluded part of Japan, there lived an elderly and wise monk named Hogai. A young woman named Kiara, seeking answers to her anxieties caused by toxic relationships, approached the master with deep respect. "Hogai, it is said that you know the secret to recognizing bad people and maintaining inner peace. Please teach me," she asked, eager to absorb the monk's wisdom. With his usual calm demeanor, Hogai responded, "Of course, my dear. If you have the patience to listen, I will share with you the signs you need to be aware of to understand the nature of those around you. But first, let me make an important clarification. The individuals we refer to as bad are not necessarily monsters. They are harmful or toxic in the sense that their behaviors and the energies they project can disrupt our serenity and mental well-being. However, before distancing ourselves from them, we should try to understand the reasons behind their actions. Often, it is their own pain and hardships that have made them bitter, annoying, and even harmful. So, Kiara, before you decide to push someone away, ask yourself why they behave this way. Are they truly bad, or is there something influencing them? And can you do anything to stop them from affecting your emotions? Only after you have answered these questions should you decide whether to protect your mental health by distancing yourself from them. Kiara pondered Hogai's words and felt moved by the empathy within them. If someone around us can harm us, we should only push them away after ensuring there's nothing we can do to help. Now that we've addressed that, Hogai continued, let's discuss the first sign you need to watch for. Constant manipulation. Imagine someone who, with cunning skill, twists reality to achieve their goals. This could be a colleague who uses deceit to advance their career. For example, when a promotion is on the line, they might manipulate you by saying that your superiors speak poorly of you and suggest you accept a job offer elsewhere. While it may seem like they have your best interest at heart, their true intent is to secure the promotion for themselves. Kiara listened closely, captivated by the monk's wisdom, and recalled a similar experience she had faced a year earlier. The second sign is a lack of genuine empathy, Hogai went on. Think of someone who shows indifference to your feelings or experiences, only appearing interested when it benefits them. This behavior can deeply damage personal relationships because you sense that this person doesn't truly care about your well-being. They only feign empathy when they need something from you. Hogai then described the third sign, the constant creation of conflict. Consider a person who, even in harmonious situations, always seeks to create discord, fueling arguments and strife. This behavior not only generates stress in relationships, but also poisons the environment, making it toxic. The fourth sign is the relentless need for control. Imagine a friend or partner who tries to influence your every decision, steering your life according to their desires. Whenever you share your plans or dreams, this person takes steps to distance you from your goals in favor of their own. This need for control can create a toxic dynamic, undermining your independence and authenticity. The young woman pondered these insights while Hogai proceeded to the fifth sign, the consistent disregard for personal boundaries. Consider someone who regularly invades your privacy, ignoring your need for personal space or solitude. This behavior can lead to feelings of vulnerability and insecurity because it infringes on your personal freedom. Remember, everyone is entitled to their own space. Hogai then moved on to the sixth sign, the frequent use of lies or half-truths. Imagine a person, he explained, weaving a complex web of deception, obscuring the truth to achieve their desires. Chiara immediately thought of her friend Luca, who constantly exaggerated his experiences to appear more interesting. He told embellished or distorted stories to gain admiration, creating a false image of himself. This habitual lying, Hogai added, is the sixth sign of malicious or deceitful people who are likely to harm you in some way. The seventh sign, Hogai continued, is a pattern of vindictive behavior. Consider someone who, when faced with criticism or rejection, seeks to retaliate or punish you. Chiara thought of Marta, her work colleague, who had spread false and negative rumors about her after being warned about her behavior, intending to tarnish her reputation among the other employees. This vengeful attitude, the monk concluded, creates a cycle of negativity and undermines the foundations of human relationships. Now we come to the eighth sign, the constant quest for attention. Imagine a friend who constantly seeks approval through dramatic behavior or by exaggerating every situation. Chiara thought of a friend from her social group who always dramatized her issues, drawing everyone's attention to herself whenever they were together. The ninth sign to watch for, Hogai said, is a lack of accountability. Think of those who never take responsibility for their actions, always blaming others. Here, Chiara thought of her brother and several other people she knew, especially her brother, who had always caused trouble and then blamed their younger sister. Hogai paused, allowing the words to sink in, ensuring Chiara fully grasped what she had heard. Then, in a calm voice, he concluded, recognizing these 9 signs requires keen perception because we often don't want to acknowledge that even those we care about might be harming us, whether intentionally or not. But to preserve our inner peace, it's crucial to be able to identify these signs. So, Chiara, practice awareness and remain vigilant in your relationships. Chiara thanked the master for his invaluable teachings and expressed her deep gratitude. However, Hogai sensed there was more to convey. Beyond recognizing these signs, always trust your intuition. If something feels off, take time to reflect. Don't hesitate to end toxic relationships if it means preserving your serenity and peace. Philosophical reflections and lessons from the story. The tale of Chiara and Hogai is a profound exploration of recognizing and managing toxic relationships, underscoring the significance of self-awareness, empathy, and inner tranquility. This story imparts vital philosophical insights and practical lessons applicable to modern life. Hogai's teachings remind us that those we deem bad are not inherently malevolent, but are often shaped by their pain and experiences. Before creating distance, it's crucial to delve into the root causes of their behavior. This approach fosters compassion and empathy, encouraging us to view difficult relationships with understanding rather than quick judgment. Hogai outlines 9 signs to help identify toxic individuals, such as manipulation, where reality is twisted for personal gain, and a lack of empathy, showing indifference to others' feelings unless it benefits them. He highlights how toxic people create conflict, crave control over others, and disrespect personal boundaries. Habitual lying, vindictive behavior, and constant attention-seeking through dramatic actions are also key indicators. Such individuals often avoid accountability, preferring to blame others instead of taking responsibility. Hogai's advice to Kiara emphasizes the importance of empathy before taking action. Understanding why people behave as they do before distancing oneself promotes compassionate and empathetic interactions, ensuring we do not sever ties without first attempting to help. This advice aligns with the Buddhist teaching, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. Maintaining inner peace is the ultimate goal, according to Hogai. Recognizing and understanding toxic behaviors are essential for protecting our mental and emotional well-being, striking a balance between empathy and self-care. Trusting one's intuition is another crucial aspect Hogai emphasizes. If something feels wrong in a relationship, it's vital to reflect and make decisions that prioritize peace and serenity. Intuition often serves as an internal guide, alerting us to potential harm. Furthermore, practicing awareness and vigilance in relationships is imperative. By being mindful of the signs of toxic behavior, we can make informed decisions about who we allow into our lives and how we interact with them. Balancing compassion and self-protection is central to Hogai's teachings. Understanding others' pain is essential, but it should not come at the expense of our well-being. Protecting our mental and emotional health is paramount. The story of Kiara and Hogai serves as a timeless reminder of the importance of recognizing toxic behaviors and the need for empathy and understanding in our interactions. By balancing compassion with self-protection and trusting our intuition, we can navigate relationships in a way that maintains our inner peace and promotes personal growth. Consider how these teachings apply to your own relationships. Reflect on your interactions and identify any signs that align with Hogai's teachings. How can you practice empathy while also safeguarding your well-being? Remember, as the Dalai Lama said, our prime purpose in this life is to help others, and if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. This principle echoes the need for a harmonious balance between understanding others and protecting ourselves. Share your thoughts and experiences below, and engage in a dialogue that fosters growth and mutual understanding. If you're still with us, you're truly dedicated to uncovering the deeper meanings of life through these powerful Zen stories. Comment spiritual growth below to show your dedication to these teachings. Keep watching. There's more invaluable wisdom ahead that can transform your spiritual journey. Don't miss out on the lessons that can bring you peace and clarity. Story number 6. The ripple effect of unsolicited help. True wisdom lies in knowing when to offer a helping hand and when to let others find their own way. Have you ever felt the urge to assist someone, even though they didn't explicitly seek your help? How did it turn out? Have you ever pondered whether your good intentions might unintentionally create a negative ripple effect? In the Zen story that follows, we will explore why refraining from helping others unless they ask can be beneficial for both them and yourself. Stay with us until the end, as Buddhist wisdom might just transform your perspective on human relationships. You'll learn how offering help to those who do not seek it can have unintended negative consequences on both their lives and yours, and how it can impact your karma. In a serene Buddhist monastery surrounded by lush gardens and ancient trees, the venerable monk Noro gathered his disciples to discuss a deeply significant topic. His curiosity was evident, and his eyes were fixed on Noro, eager to grasp why their well-intentioned help sometimes led to undesired outcomes. Life is like a vast river, and each of us is a small boat navigating this unpredictable current. Noro began in a gentle voice. Often we find ourselves attempting to steer other people's boats without waiting for them to ask for our help. To illustrate his point, Noro shared an ancient story about a young monk who, eager to assist a struggling companion, intervened without being asked. Despite his good intentions, his actions set off a series of unexpected events, creating a complicated web of challenges, some quite dramatic for both involved. Suffering is a vital lesson in our spiritual journey, Noro continued. Each person, like a precious gem, is shaped by the pressures and challenges of life. When we step in uninvited, we deprive them of the chance to learn, grow, and strengthen. Noro then narrated the tale of two friends, Shun and Masu, who had shared joys and sorrows since their school days. One day, upon learning of Masu's financial troubles, Shun secretly paid off some of Masu's debts. Shun's intentions were noble, the master remarked. However, his gesture led to unforeseen and damaging consequences. Masu, though grateful, lost the opportunity to resolve his issues on his own. This created an emotional rift and strained their friendship. The unsolicited help brought discord and confusion, showing how even well-meaning acts can have unexpected repercussions. Each individual is subject to their own karma, Noro explained. Every action, whether good or bad, returns to us like an echo. When we assist without being asked, we disrupt the delicate balance of another person's karma and inadvertently harm our own as well. The wise monk shared more stories, including one about a young man eager to solve a dear friend's problems without her asking for help, only to find himself entangled in a series of endless difficulties and misadventures. If you enter a labyrinth that isn't yours without an invitation, Noro continued, you may trigger a chain reaction of events, creating a complex web of karmic connections. Your well-intentioned gesture could end up causing more harm to both your friend and yourself. Suffering often stems from past actions, and our intervention might alter the natural course of learning that the individual needs to experience. Even Buddha recognized the sanctity of the individual learning process and the necessity of respecting each being's karma, Noro elaborated. Suffering, though harsh, is a valuable teacher. Noro continued, interfering with this process means depriving others of the wisdom that only suffering can impart. He recounted numerous instances when empathy had prompted him to offer help, yet how Buddha taught the wisdom of waiting for others to seek help. Every action we take is like tossing a stone into a pond, Noro said, using a metaphor to clarify his point. The ripples spread and eventually return to us. When we help unasked, we not only influence others' karma, but also create ripples that can impact our own lives. Philosophical reflections and lessons from the story. Lesson 1. Respecting individual karma. The story of Noro and his disciples emphasizes the importance of respecting each individual's karmic journey. Each person's life is a unique path shaped by their actions and experiences. Interfering with someone's challenges without their consent can disrupt their natural learning process, depriving them of the valuable lessons that suffering and struggle often bring. This teaches us to trust that each person's journey, no matter how difficult, has a purpose in their spiritual growth. As the Buddha said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can, and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." This wisdom teaches us to trust that each person's journey, no matter how difficult, has a purpose in their spiritual growth. In modern life, we often feel compelled to intervene in others' struggles, thinking we are helping them. Yet, it is crucial to recognize that unsolicited help can sometimes do more harm than good. By stepping back and allowing others to navigate their difficulties, we respect their autonomy and their karmic path. This doesn't mean we should be indifferent to others' suffering. Rather, we should offer support and encouragement without imposing solutions. As Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This quote reminds us to embody virtues such as patience and respect, demonstrating them through our actions rather than imposing our will on others. Moreover, the concept of karma teaches us that every action has a consequence. When we interfere with someone else's path, we not only disrupt their karmic journey, but also create new karma for ourselves. It is essential to act with mindfulness and consideration, understanding that our intentions must align with respect for the other person's journey. As Thich Nhat Hanh, a revered Buddhist monk, stated, "Compassion is a verb." True compassion involves understanding and respecting the natural flow of each person's life, offering help only when it is sought and needed. In today's fast-paced world, where instant solutions are often sought, the lesson of respecting individual karma is more relevant than ever. We must learn to balance our desire to help with the wisdom of allowing natural processes to unfold. This balance is akin to tending a garden. We can provide water and sunlight, but we cannot force the seeds to grow. They must follow their own timing and process. Similarly, we can offer our presence and support to others without attempting to control their paths. Furthermore, recognizing the uniqueness of each person's journey fosters empathy and patience within us. It allows us to see the beauty in the diversity of experiences and the strength that emerges from overcoming adversity. By respecting individual karma, we also cultivate humility, acknowledging that we do not always know what is best for others. This humility is a cornerstone of true wisdom and spiritual maturity. Applying these principles to our daily lives, we can start by practicing mindful listening. When someone shares their struggles with us, we should listen with empathy and without immediately offering solutions. This approach shows respect for their ability to navigate their own path and strengthens our relationships. Additionally, we can reflect on our motivations before offering help, ensuring that our actions come from a place of genuine compassion rather than a need to control or fix. Lesson 2. Empathy with boundaries. Empathy is a beautiful and noble quality that allows us to connect deeply with others and feel their pain and joy as if it were our own. However, it's essential to understand that empathy, while virtuous, must be balanced with the wisdom of setting boundaries. This lesson is beautifully illustrated in many Buddhist teachings, where the act of helping others is seen not just as a matter of goodwill, but as an art that requires discernment. Imagine a serene lake, where each action you take creates ripples. Sometimes the best way to maintain the tranquility of the water is not to throw a stone, but to watch and wait. The same applies to our interactions with others. While our first instinct might be to jump in and offer unsolicited help, it's often wiser to be a silent supporter. This doesn't mean we are indifferent or uncaring. Rather, we are respecting the autonomy and personal growth of those around us. By stepping back, we give them the space to navigate their challenges, develop resilience, and hone their problem-solving skills. As the Buddha said, you, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. This quote reminds us that empathy also extends to ourselves, recognizing our limits and ensuring we don't deplete our own resources in the process of helping others. Empathy with boundaries allows us to support others without losing ourselves. It is about being there, ready to help when asked, but also understanding that unsolicited help can sometimes do more harm than good. It can create dependency, robbing the other person of the opportunity to grow through their struggles. It's like a parent who constantly shields their child from every hardship, inadvertently stunting the child's growth into a strong and independent individual. Consider the wisdom of the Zen proverb, "Sitting quietly, doing nothing, spring comes, and the grass grows by itself." This teaches us that sometimes our presence and readiness to assist are enough. We don't always need to intervene. Trusting in the natural process of growth and healing is crucial. By allowing others to face their challenges, we are honoring their journey and empowering them to find their own strength and solutions. This doesn't mean we ignore their struggles or turn a blind eye to their pain. Instead, it means offering a compassionate presence, a listening ear, and a readiness to step in when truly needed. So, how do we strike this balance? How do we know when to act and when to step back? The answer lies in mindfulness and deep listening. By tuning into the present moment and truly listening to the needs of others, we can discern when our help is needed and when our silence and support are more beneficial. As Thich Nhat Hanh said, the most precious gift we can offer others is our presence. When mindfulness embraces those we love, they will bloom like flowers. This presence is not about doing, but being there fully, without judgment or the need to fix everything. It's about creating a space where the other person feels seen, heard, and valued, without feeling overwhelmed by our interventions. In your own life, think about the times when unsolicited help has either uplifted you or burdened you. Reflect on the moments when you wished for support but instead received solutions, or vice versa. How did these experiences shape your understanding of empathy and boundaries? By reflecting on these personal experiences, we can better understand the delicate dance of empathy and boundaries in our interactions with others. Ultimately, empathy with boundaries is about balance, offering support without overshadowing, being present without being intrusive, and empowering others while respecting their autonomy. It's a practice that requires continuous mindfulness, compassion, and a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all beings. Remember, true empathy is not just about feeling for others, but also about understanding when to step back and let them find their own way. This approach fosters mutual respect and personal growth, creating a ripple effect of strength and resilience in our communities. How can you practice empathy with boundaries in your own life? What steps can you take to ensure your help is both compassionate and empowering? Reflect on these questions and consider how you can bring more mindful empathy into your interactions, creating a harmonious balance that benefits everyone involved. Lesson 3. Cultivating patience and trust. Cultivating patience and trust in the natural order of life is an essential lesson drawn from Noro's stories, reminding us that trusting in each person's karma can guide them through their unique journeys without our interference. This approach not only brings peace and harmony to our relationships, but also relieves us of the unnecessary pressure to constantly fix or improve situations for others, allowing us to focus on our own growth and responsibilities. When we understand that everyone has their path, shaped by their past actions and experiences, we begin to see the beauty in their individual journeys. As the Buddha said, "Your work is to discover your work, and then, with all your heart, give yourself to it." This wisdom encourages us to trust that others are capable of finding their way, just as we are. In modern life, this lesson is particularly relevant. We often feel the need to step in and solve problems for those around us, whether they are friends, family, or colleagues. This compulsion can stem from a genuine desire to help, but it can also lead to stress and frustration when our efforts are not appreciated or when the outcomes are not as we expected. By cultivating patience and trust, we learn to step back and allow others to navigate their challenges, fostering their independence and self-reliance. A story from the Buddha's life beautifully illustrates this point. Once, a man came to the Buddha seeking advice on how to deal with his constantly quarreling relatives. The Buddha listened and then told the man to imagine a great tree with many branches. Each branch represents a different person growing in its direction. The tree thrives because each branch finds its way to the sunlight without hindering the others. The Buddha's message was clear: trust in the natural order and allow each person to find their way. Trusting in the natural order also means having faith in the timing of events. We may want things to happen quickly, but sometimes the best outcomes require time and patience. As Lao Tzu said, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." This timeless wisdom teaches us that rushing through life can often lead to missed opportunities and unnecessary stress. By embracing patience, we align ourselves with the flow of life, allowing things to unfold at their own pace. Moreover, this lesson of patience and trust can significantly impact our personal growth. When we stop trying to control everything around us, we create space to focus on our development. We can invest our energy in activities that enrich our lives, such as learning new skills, practicing mindfulness, or pursuing our passions. As we grow, we set an example for others, inspiring them to embark on their journeys of self-discovery. In the context of our daily interactions, patience and trust can transform how we relate to others. When we approach our relationships with an open heart and a trusting mind, we foster an environment of mutual respect and understanding. This shift can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections with those around us. As the Dalai Lama said, a lack of transparency results in distrust and a deep sense of insecurity. By being patient and trusting, we promote transparency and security in our relationships, building stronger, more resilient bonds. Ultimately, cultivating patience and trust is about letting go of the illusion of control. It is about recognizing that life's uncertainties are not obstacles but opportunities for growth and learning. When we embrace this mindset, we become more adaptable and resilient, capable of navigating the ups and downs of life with grace and equanimity. In the words of the Buddha, "In the end, only three things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you." This profound teaching reminds us that the essence of a fulfilling life lies in love, gentleness, and the ability to let go. By integrating the lesson of patience and trust into our lives, we not only enhance our well-being, but also contribute to a more harmonious and compassionate world. We learn to appreciate the uniqueness of each person's journey and support them without imposing our expectations. This approach fosters a sense of community and interconnectedness, essential for a peaceful and prosperous society. So, as you navigate your daily life, remember to cultivate patience and trust, knowing that each step you take, guided by wisdom and compassion, brings you closer to true happiness and fulfillment. Congratulations on making it this far. You're on your way to embracing the spiritual insights that can change your life. Comment Zen Wisdom to declare your commitment to these Buddhist teachings. Stay tuned. There are still more enlightening stories to come that will help you grow spiritually and find true harmony in life. Story number 7. The hidden strength in solitude. In the peaceful temple atop a hill, where cherry blossom petals gently fell to the ground, Saki sought solace from the wise monk Hiroshi. The feeling of loneliness and the lack of friends weighed heavily on her heart, and she wondered why she couldn't share the joy that others around her seemed to have. With compassionate eyes, Hiroshi invited Saki to sit and began to share his deep insights about friendship and true happiness. "I feel so lonely, and the lack of friends seems to be a problem. Everyone around me appears happy with their friends, and I wonder why I can't share the same joy." With compassionate eyes, the monk Hiroshi invited her to sit. "Saki, friendship is indeed a precious gift, but your happiness shouldn't rely on the number of friends you have. Let me share why having few or even no friends isn't something to worry about and can even be an advantage." Hiroshi, drawing on his years of wisdom, began to unveil the secrets of true friendship. "Dear Saki, the first thing to understand is that relationships and human connections are crucial, but they should be measured by quality, not quantity. Would you prefer many people with whom to share trivialities, or a few with whom you can share deep emotions and experiences?" As Saki pondered this, she realized that many around her had lots of friends, but questioned the depth of those relationships. Hiroshi, noticing her shift in perspective, continued explaining why having few friends, or none at all, shouldn't be seen as a problem. Having few friends ensures a certain level of freedom and authenticity. It allows you to be yourself without external influences. To live a fulfilling life, you don't need to conform to others' standards. After all, who truly defines normality? He further elaborated that quantity doesn't equate to quality. Fewer friends mean you can build deeper, more meaningful relationships. Imagine having one friend who understands all your emotional nuances. This is a priceless treasure. Saki recalled a time when a single friend had supported her during a tough moment, understanding her without many words. She began to see the value in deep, meaningful connections over numerous shallow ones. Hiroshi allowed Saki time to reflect before continuing. Human relationships demand significant emotional energy. Having fewer friends allows you to focus this energy on those who truly matter. Large groups often bring conflicts and tensions. Maintaining smaller circles preserves your positive energy for genuine support. Wouldn't you prefer to resolve conflicts with those who truly matter in your life? Saki recognized the stress in group dynamics and found joy in more intimate interactions. Hiroshi highlighted how solitude offers opportunities for self-exploration and personal growth. In solitude, you can uncover hidden passions, interests, or talents without being limited by others' expectations. Embrace loneliness as a chance for spiritual and personal growth. Saki thought about the time she could dedicate to her interests when not seeking group approval. She realized that focusing on herself in solitude had revealed aspects of her personality she didn't know existed. Hiroshi emphasized that fewer social ties offer greater flexibility in life. Imagine receiving a job offer in a distant place. Without strong social ties, you're free to embrace new adventures without worrying about your social circle. Saki saw how people with fewer close ties could seize opportunities without restrictions, living their dreams and fulfilling their expectations. Moreover, Hiroshi concluded, genuine friends remain by your side, no matter where you are. True friendship transcends space and time. Listening attentively, Saki gained a new perspective on friendship. Not having many friends doesn't mean being alone. It means focusing on inner growth and nurturing meaningful connections. Master Hiroshi gently hugged her and added, "Always remember, your happiness shouldn't depend on the number of friends you have, but on the quality of the connections with those few. I've known people with no friends, only to find they had one true friend who mattered. Those with few friends are often the most authentic and profound, possessing extraordinary inner worlds and rare qualities. Listening to Hiroshi, Saki began to gain a new perspective on friendship. Not having many friends doesn't mean being alone. It means focusing on inner growth and nurturing meaningful connections. Master Hiroshi gently hugged her and added, "Always remember, your happiness shouldn't depend on the number of friends you have, but on the quality of the connections with those few. I've known people with no friends, only to find they had one true friend who mattered. Those with few friends are often the most authentic and profound, possessing extraordinary inner worlds and rare qualities." Philosophical reflections and lessons from the story. In the story of Saki and Master Hiroshi, we uncover profound insights into the nature of friendship, solitude, and personal happiness, all deeply rooted in Buddhist philosophy and universal truths about human connection and self-discovery. Master Hiroshi's wisdom emphasizes the importance of quality over quantity in friendships, highlighting that true happiness and fulfillment stem from deep, meaningful connections rather than a multitude of superficial acquaintances. This principle encourages us to reflect on our relationships and prioritize those that genuinely enrich our lives. Furthermore, the story reveals the hidden strength found in solitude. Solitude is not a negative state, but an opportunity for self-exploration and personal growth, allowing us to connect with our inner selves, uncover hidden talents, and pursue passions free from societal distractions. As Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." This teaches us to cherish moments of solitude and use them for self-improvement and introspection. Having fewer friends can lead to greater authenticity and freedom. Without the pressure to conform to a large social circle's expectations, individuals can stay true to themselves, fostering genuine self-expression and allowing for a more authentic life. This lesson reminds us that authenticity is more valuable than social conformity. By maintaining a smaller circle of friends, we conserve emotional energy and focus on those who truly matter. Large groups often bring conflicts and require significant emotional investment, which can be draining. By nurturing a few deep relationships, we preserve our positive energy for genuine support and meaningful interactions. This is echoed in the words of the Buddha, who said, "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." The story also touches on the flexibility that comes with fewer social ties. With fewer obligations to a large group, individuals are freer to pursue new opportunities and adventures without being held back. This flexibility can lead to a more fulfilling and dynamic life, as one can embrace new experiences without hesitation. Moreover, genuine friendships transcend distance. True friends remain connected regardless of physical proximity, highlighting the timeless and enduring nature of authentic relationships. This lesson reassures us that meaningful connections can withstand the challenges of separation and remain a source of support and joy. In modern life, these lessons are particularly relevant. In a world where social media often values the quantity of connections over the quality, we are reminded to cultivate deep, meaningful relationships. Embracing solitude can lead to personal growth and self-discovery, providing a sanctuary from the constant noise of the outside world. Being authentic in our interactions allows us to live a life true to our values, free from the constraints of societal expectations. And by focusing our energy on a few genuine relationships, we can create a support system that truly nourishes our well-being. As we navigate our daily lives, let us remember the teachings of Saki and Master Hiroshi. Let us value the depth of our connections, embrace the strength found in solitude, and cultivate authenticity in all that we do. By doing so, we align ourselves with the core principles of Buddhist philosophy and move towards a more mindful, fulfilled, and authentic life. In the words of the Buddha, the mind is everything. What you think you become. Let these reflections guide us towards a path of greater wisdom and inner peace. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the 7 Zen stories that reveal the profound truth that people do not come into our lives by chance. Each encounter, whether brief or lasting, holds a unique purpose in shaping our spiritual growth and understanding. We hope these stories have inspired you to see the deeper meaning in your relationships and to appreciate the wisdom each person brings into your life. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel, The Journey of Wisdom. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Your support helps us continue to bring you valuable content every day for your spiritual growth. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.